Could it be that... I don't know what to talk about. More technical difficulties at Adobe Radio that are not Brett and Katie's fault. So if you're listening to the podcast, you're not noticing anything different. If you're listening to the live radio version, you're noticing that we're on 13 minutes late. And if you're watching on YouTube, you see that my hair has a weird cowlick today.
Oh.
Came into the studio, nothing's working. The iPad that I use to control the level, so meaning the volume of my voice and anyone else's voice who's sitting in here, and the sounds, meaning music and sound effects and all the theme song and everything that comes out of the computer, the iPad that we use as the sound board is not working. So, but what we found is we can talk into the microphones. It's just that I have no idea what volume this is coming out at towards you, the listeners, or what volume the music or sound effects or anything else is going to come out to the listeners. But we thought we'd go ahead and have fun with it. Also, I can't mute us now during the song breaks, so we'll just have to try to not talk to each other or say anything offensive during the song breaks.
Yay!
That is loud. It's the Brett Davern Show.
In the middle?
Brought to you by Nice Guy Digital.
I don't know what you're doing.
On Adobe Radio.
Okay.
And recorded live in beautiful North Hollywood, California.
See, now what has happened is Katie has now turned my headphones down. I can't hear myself at all.
They're in the middle.
Okay. Well, you changed them, though. There we go. And then you changed the volume of the theme song on the computer.
Because it was too loud.
Because you thought it was loud, but where are your headphones set?
In the middle.
Okay. This is an adventure, everybody.
Now let's get to the guy who's graduated high school 3 times.
Never heard of him.
Your new best friend.
Yeah.
Brett Davern!
Listen up, everybody. This might suck. More than usual. You see, the thing is, guys, there's a different show on Adobe called The Nick Major Show. And he records on Tuesday nights. He used to record on Wednesday nights, right? Or was it always Tuesday nights?
They changed it.
So it's Tuesday nights now.
Yeah.
And every single morning that we come in this studio after Nick Major, that's Nick Major. I'm sure you can find him on Twitter.
He's at Nick Major.
Nick Major.
There might be an underscore.
Every single time we come in the studio after he has recorded the evening before, something is broken and something doesn't work right.
The best thing is we're throwing hot lava right now, and he's never listened to this show once, so it doesn't really matter.
He's a complete piece of shit.
Ooh!
I don't care anymore. I'm sick of it. Like, just come in, use the studio, leave everything how you found it, and then it'll work for the people that come in at the butt-ass crack of dawn, because when it's broken for us, nobody will answer their phones and tell us how to fix it. So, if you're going to break it while everyone's awake, make sure you put it back so that we know how to use it when everyone's asleep. That's all I'm saying. I'm sick of it. Yeah. It drives me nuts. And I think everyone sitting in the studio right now knows that it is every Wednesday morning that things break. Because usually we don't have guests on Wednesday, and usually things happen, thank God, when we don't have guests, like today. Because it'd be pretty embarrassing to have some celebrity sitting in here or someone who's trying to promote their TV show and you can't do a show for them. Because some skinny man-child was in here with his greasy fingers all over everything, breaking everything the night before. If you're waiting for me to say I'm just kidding, I'm not.
Lots of big show to get to today. You always say that.
Prove that you're listening live by sending in the What's that noise? Did you hear that? Oh. Prove you're listening in live by sending in the emoji of some dude sleeping.
That was meant to be a funny joke for us, and now it's meant to be a funny joke for all of Adobe.
You can tweet at Nick
What is his
and let him
handle?
know that he broke the studio for the Brett Davern show. And that you're upset because possibly my voice sounds really, really loud, or possibly my voice sounds really, really quiet.
Yeah, there's an underscore.
Let him know. Talk to him. All right. Lots of show to get to today. Before we get to all of it, let's go around the room and say hi to everybody. Hello, not Nick Major.
Hey, Brett.
Aww.
I do have to say, though, that I did an interview with Nick Major for
He's the reason
his
we're
show
at Adobe.
for Party Boat, and that's how I met everyone at Adobe. So he is the reason we're here, but I think he's also the reason that the studios broke every morning. He's a nice fella. You know, I'll go out and have a beer with him. It's just, for some reason, the studio's broken after he records every single time. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm just saying I don't know why the studio's broken every single Wednesday morning. I don't get it. I don't understand. That's all I'm saying. What did Christian Bale yell at that guy? I like you personally, but professionally, we're done! You remember that?
I do,
That's what he said, I think.
because he walked in his eye line
Yeah, but
in a white t-shirt.
the best part of that whole rant is that he's yelling at him, oh, you're fine personally, but professionally. That's what I'm saying to Nick Major right now. Hi, Maddie.
Hi, Brett.
Maddie, I like you personally and professionally.
I was afraid for where that sentence was going, but thank you. I like you professionally and mostly personally.
This is like one of those times when your dad's yelling at someone else and you just happen to be in the room and you're like, I better not get in his eye line.
Oh.
Hi, Katie.
It's National DNA Day.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
About to... Nick, if you're listening,
Oh, he's not.
come down to the studio. Let's take our shirts off, put on some baby oil, and wrestle in the parking lot. That's
And
all
we'll
I'm saying.
sell tickets and then be able to pay to fix the technical problems.
You know, in all honesty, it's probably just something we forgot to push this morning. Let's listen to some music. Here's someone who's not a complete piece of shit.
Oh, no.
This is Love on the Weekend by John Mayer.
Thank you for watching on YouTube or listening to the podcast version of The Brett Davern Show. If you were listening live on Adobe Radio, you'd be hearing real music right now, instead of this message and whatever song this is. Sometimes the rules just won't let us play real music on YouTube or the podcast. It's not a big deal. Just putting it out there. Back with more show in a second.
I'll play the sweeper.
You're listening to The Brett Davern Show with that other guy from that one show on MTV. Yeah, you know, Brett Davern on Adobe Radio.
You started talking. I didn't know if I was supposed to.
I forgot that we weren't muted. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
God. Anyway.
It was hard to wake up this morning. But I will say, while lying in bed, I found some new music that I'm playing on today's show. The next two songs were 4:50 in the morning,
Katie,
playing on my Spotify.
I love the way that you're trying to change the subject to something normal and just move on.
Trying to, Brett.
No, I love it. It's nice. It's fantastic. I was going to say that I think the problem that I'm having right now is that back on the old version of the Brett Davern Show, before we got to Adobe Radio, we had a feud with another podcast called the Weekly Muniz.
Right.
These two Australian idiots. We had a big feud going with them. We had beef. We had Texas American-sized beef with those kangaroo-loving Australian losers.
Aussies.
Yeah. And since moving to Adobe, that beef has kind of gone away. I don't know why. I think it's because we won, because we're America. Number one, USA, all the way.
F yeah.
Yeah. And I kind of miss that beef, so maybe we could start beef with the Nick Major show. So that's another reason I'm trying to I'm trying to come in hot to get the beef sizzled, seared.
Yeah,
you know
you
what I'm
gotta
saying?
sear the beef.
You got to sear the outside of the beef.
Yep.
So then the inside can be all bloody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a proper way to eat meat.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, that's why I was coming in so hot. Mm-hmm. You know, because Nick has a very mediocre show that you can hear on, Tuesday nights? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, you should check out.
Tuesdays at 10 p.m.
You should check out his very average show.
It's average.
Oh, no. I can't tell if the people upstairs are going to be upset at me or if they're just going to be like, we don't listen anyway.
We're plugging other Adobe shows.
Yeah, that's true. At least we told you when Nick's on.
We're telling you to listen to his mediocre
and
show.
You can go tweet at him some ridiculous emojis and just blow up his Twitter timeline. He'd probably love that, though. So actually, you probably shouldn't. The best punishment would be to not tweet at him, actually.
But listen to his mediocre show.
Yeah, that's true.
On Adobe Radio, Tuesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I can move on.
Today was almost going to be, right before we started the show, you got annoyed with me because I had to look at my phone to double check the holiday.
Oh, yeah. What's the day?
Well, I went with DNA Day, but I almost went with Hug an Australian Day.
Oh, no way.
Well, now you and the Munezes are fine.
You know, we sent the Weekly Muniz a postcard one time and some swag.
Yeah.
From the Brett Davern
well, that was
show.
Very nice of you.
Yeah, and then they made a video on Facebook where they burned it. I know. We tried to extend an olive branch, and these guys go out on the front porch of their hovel in Australia.
Australia?
Well, they might not even really be from there. You know.
They live in Chatsworth.
Well, all Australians are criminals and liars, so you can't trust them.
Can't trust them.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, yeah, they went out and burned the postcards and stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm having this thing lately where, because the younger generation, Katie, the one right below me.
Uh-huh. The millennials?
Yeah, notice how I didn't say after me. I said below me, because that's...
You're superior. Uh-huh.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
They don't get sarcasm very well.
No, they don't.
They don't understand it. And so I'm having this thing in my... It's
is
going
that
off in my...
age thing? Or is that just the generational thing? Because I remember when I was growing up, my parents, specifically my mother, would always tell me, "You're not funny." But now I'm hilarious. What? I didn't used to be so funny, Brett. You're meeting me at an age where I'm hilarious. So good for you. But my poor family had to deal with an unfunny Katie.
The thing with the kids right below me is just that they're stupid. See, there's some of that sarcasm for you.
I was gonna say it, but that's also yeah.
They're not gonna get that though.
No, they're not.
He called us stupid. You can just hear Nick right now. He called me a piece of shit. Yeah, it's kind of a joke, dude. Chill out. You know. What was I saying yesterday? I had a good example of this yesterday. Can't remember what it was.
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway. I don't really know what to talk about.
Let's play another song.
No, what?
We're truncated because we started late, so...
Are we?
We gotta end by 8.
Oh, please. All of the things I wanted to talk about today have gone out of my head because I'm just thinking about this stuff. What were we talking about? What did you want to start talking about?
I don't know. I want to play some music.
More music? Already? The problem with the music today is I can't talk during it because I can't mute myself.
I know.
That's actually kind of nice. You're just excited to get to the music.
I know, because I listened to it before 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And then we both were late getting out of bed.
All right, here's what we'll do. We'll listen to some music, but then we should pick just something out of the topic jar or something.
The topic jar.
Maybe that's what we'll do.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I just feel bad for everybody that wakes up. Wait, hold on. Jeez.
You feel bad for what?
I just feel bad for everyone that wakes up with us early to like enjoy the show, and then we go on 13 minutes late, so then they don't know that we're on, and then we're trying to retell them that now we're back on, but they're already probably falling back asleep and whatever. Because like the text line's not really going today. Like there's like 2 people texting in, but usually there's way more. I just feel bad, you know?
Yeah.
Here we are trying to provide a daily service. We can't. It's not our fault. Then again, it might be. I don't know. I just feel bad. I want to tell people, though, that... Wait, hold on. Stop that. I just want to tell everyone, though, I wanted to say, speaking of the old podcast...
Oh, yeah.
That today is episode 116 of the Adobe version of the show. And on the old podcast, we did 115 episodes. So now, with this very strange episode, the Brett Davern Show on Adobe has surpassed the Brett Davern Show OG version. So, announcement. Yay! There we go. Now let's play some music and I'll sit here in silence. By the way, this is much easier for you, sign language girl, than it is for the rest of us.
I don't have anyone to talk to.
This is Lay It On Me by Vance Joy.
An Australian.
Ugh. You can talk to me.
Thank you for watching on YouTube or for listening to the podcast version of our show. We love you. If you were listening live on Adobe Radio, you'd be hearing real music right now instead of this message. Sometimes rules don't allow us to play that kind of stuff on YouTube or on the podcast. Just putting it out there. Back with more show in a few seconds.
Adobe Radio. Got something to say? Send Brett a text right now with iMessage. Text message BDSFans at adobe.com. You're listening to The Brett Davern Show.
I was thinking about the movie Forrest Gump last night. Okay?
Yep,
You with me?
I'm with you.
I was thinking about Forrest Gump. Because we started talking about, on the show, Tom Hanks yesterday and Gary Sinise.
Yeah.
2 guys that were in
Oh, they were
Forrest
both
Gump.
in Forrest Gump, yeah.
Yeah. And so I started thinking about Forrest Gump, the movie last night, which, by the way, great movie. I don't want to hear that's not a good movie. Some people out there now are saying like, oh, it's actually not as good as you remember it. You know what? That movie's great. And if you don't think so, come down to the studio. Let's take our shirts off, put some baby oil on our chest, and wrestle around in the parking lot. You can join Nick and I. We'll be out there getting in a twink battle for the ages.
Oh, gosh.
But anyway, I was thinking about Forrest Gump, and I was thinking that I love that movie, and I was thinking about all the things that Forrest Gump does in the movie, and then I was thinking, you know, if that was real life, especially with Twitter around, he'd be the most famous person on the face of the planet. He would never be able to sit on that bus stop without having to take selfies and sign autographs.
Why?
Come on, think about it. He met the president like 3 times, won the Medal of Honor, probably won a gold medal playing ping pong, right? Then is a giant owner of the biggest seafood company in the world.
Sure.
One of the first investors in Apple. Also ran kickoffs back for Alabama football. That alone, while he was in college, would have made him like a big star, right?
Yeah.
He'd have been the most famous person on the face of the planet. There's no way he'd be able to sit on that bus bench. Oh, how about how many times he ran across the United States? You don't think that would have got some news coverage?
Viral for sure.
Yeah. He would have never been able to just sit there and say, those must be comfortable shoes.
I have a question for you.
Never. What?
I'm sorry, I don't mean keep going.
No, I was just trying to think of more Forrest Gump. I mean, he was on Captain Kangaroo, sitting next to John Lennon. Right? Like, the people on the park bench are like, that one guy's like, well, I didn't know we were sitting next to a millionaire. there. You know what I mean? But he was just on Captain Kangaroo like 2 years ago, sitting next to John Lennon. You didn't recognize the guy?
We weren't so, like, saturated with it.
I don't know. It's just a funny thought.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What?
It's hard to be quiet during these song breaks.
It is. It is.
You say, like, sign language girl, you have it easier.
Yeah.
But that's not true. It's hard to be quiet for an extended period of time.
I find that it's easy. I find that I like a lot of quiet reflection.
You're kidding me right now.
The misconception of your fearless leader is that I never stop talking. That's actually not true. I'm pretty quiet most of the time.
That's not true.
That is true. That is true. I go out in the garage or I go out in the backyard, just pound away on some pieces of wood.
Well, yeah, when there's no one to talk to, but if there's somebody who's going to listen to you, you're going to talk to them. Maddie, weigh in.
Yeah, I don't know. I think, okay, this is weird now, because I think of myself as that I can be pretty quiet. Like, before starting this show, I would just, when I used to get to sleep in, I would wake up, go to the gym, whatever, and then, like, go order a coffee or something and realize it was the first time I'd even talked that day, Not a very, I don't know. I'm loud when I start talking.
I will say that any morning I walk in and I don't hear you right off the bat, I'm concerned.
Well, yeah, that's just because I'm here, though. That's the thing. Like, okay, when Bo and Marty and I went to Japan.
Right.
Like,
they were the ones that were loud and obnoxious Americans.
Chatty Cathy's talking yap, 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 yap. And we went down into the subway, and they're just with each other, and I was standing there not really talking that much at all, and then I'm the one that noticed that we were on the subway car and that we were getting dirty looks from older Japanese men because they were like, man, these guys are really loud, and I noticed that because I wasn't being loud.
I have a question for you regarding that story.
Okay.
Were you hungover?
No.
Oh.
Yes. But no, I find myself, like, I drive around with the radio off, like we've talked about. I recommend, that's one of my life hacks for people out there. Turn the radio off. Not right now, though. Because I'm speaking.
Right.
But, like, sometimes if you're just making a quick run to the store or something, just do it with the radio off. You get, like, a nice 10 minutes to think to yourselves. I do that a lot.
So you're telling me that our friend Bo goes to those, like, silent retreats. You could sit at a silent retreat and not say anything to anyone if there were people there to be able to listen to you for 3 days in a row.
Yeah, 100%.
No.
Oh, not even a problem. I could stop talking on the way to the silent retreat.
Brett.
And then keep it going. 3 days of no talking?
Of zero vocal cord usage. Zero.
So not even like sound effects? What if I take a bite of Eggs Benedict in the morning and I go,
No, that's you're communicating something in that noise.
What if it's involuntary? That's some good hollandaise sauce. And I'm like,
no.
Like that.
Nope.
What if I drop something onto my toe at the silent retreat and I go, oh, that's not allowed either? Like,
no,
you're hopping around?
Like, you have to hold it in.
What if I see a pretty lady or a gentleman? I can't go,
No.
Ow.
You can't make any expressive communication using your vocal cords.
I would absolutely. Here's the thing about me. First of all.
And I can't flap my hands around.
Yeah, that's true, because that's talking for you.
That is talking.
Here's the thing. I am extremely competitive. I am extremely stubborn. So if you told me that I was going to a place where I wasn't going to be able to talk, that is not a problem.
I don't know. Neither of us can sit still during these silent song breaks.
Yeah, but I'm not at a silent retreat. I didn't drink carbonation, not soda. I didn't drink carbonation for an entire year just to spite soda.
What did soda ever do to you?
Looked at me weird.
I don't know if you could, Brett. I honestly don't know.
I could do it. I could do it easily. Go to a silent retreat.
Yeah.
I could do that, no problem.
I don't know if I could.
Speaking of willpower, how much time we got? Oh, we got time. Feeling a little puffy lately.
Oh, no.
I'm feeling a little puffy lately.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't know why. I don't eat like unhealthy or anything, but I don't know. I don't feel
little
good
fluffy?
lately. Yeah.
I'm feeling a little fluffy.
Just walking around with like, I don't know, extra poundage lately.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling like I need to do something extreme.
I look at photos from Switch to Birth and I go, no, actually, I just went through my closet and I got rid of a bunch of clothes.
Uh-huh.
And it was really easy to get rid of a bunch of clothes because none of them fit anymore.
What do you mean?
You know the last day of school when you're on a set and it's the last day of filming?
Yeah.
And you go to the wardrobe designer and you go, hey, can I get those outfits?
Hey, maybe that pair of jeans just got lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you go home and you've got 12 new pairs of jeans.
Uh-huh.
Because you've been on a show for 5 seasons and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, I took a bunch of stuff home.
Oh, yeah. I stole a lot of stuff.
Yeah, me too, but
Come after me, MTV.
none of it fits me anymore.
Really?
A whole lot of it doesn't.
What?
Daphne used to wear all these like cute skirts and stuff like that. I don't, first of all, wear skirts super very often.
Yeah.
But also, it was real easy to get rid of them.
Oh.
Because they don't fit. So I'm thinking I need to make a change.
You look great. I don't know what you... All right. Well,
Just,
if
you know.
you say so. I know, but I'm not allowed to sit here right now and be like, yeah, you do.
That's probably a good choice.
Yeah.
Not to do that, yeah.
Yeah. You know who needs to lose weight? Nick Major. That guy is so fat.
Fat piece of shit.
Whoa!
You said both of those things, just not in a row.
I did not say that.
Earlier in the show?
Hey, we're going to have to go back and check the tape, Nick. That was Katie that said that. Not me.
I was being sarcastic.
By the way, Nick Major is the furthest thing from fat. Which is why I'm allowed to say that.
Yeah.
And it's also a complete joke. Calm down, millennials. Yeah. Well, all right, fine. I don't know about you, but I gotta make a change. I'm gonna make a change.
Willpower challenges.
Yeah, but the thing about me though is when I want to make this, I just like basically stop eating. That's the thing. It's not.
You have to eat something.
I know, but I don't. Just have an apple a day. That's it. For like a week, and then I'll be fine.
You're gonna keep the doctors away and then go to the anorexic clinic.
Well, listen. Whatever it takes. More music? Oh, yeah. Got more music to play. All right. No thoughts on Lieutenant Dan?
What do you mean?
I don't know. You want to do the topic chart when we come back?
Sure.
Oh. Oh. I like this. This guy better not be Australian.
No, the other guy was. Vance Joy is, but not Matt Mason?
You know who the most annoying Australian of all time is? Besides those two dorks from the Weekly Muniz?
Who?
Keith Urban.
Oh, yeah. Super annoying.
The worst.
Yeah.
This is Cringe by Matt Mason.
Thank you for watching on YouTube or listening to the podcast version of The Brett Davern Show. If you were listening live on Adobe Radio, you'd be hearing real music right now, instead of this message and whatever song this is. Sometimes the rules just won't let us play real music on YouTube or the podcast. It's not a big deal. Just putting it out there. Back with more show in a second.
Adobe Radio. Got something to say? Send Brett a text right now with iMessage. Text message BDS fans at Adobe.com. You're listening to The Brett Davern Show.
Reach in a topic jar. Let's see what it wants us to talk about.
There's a golf ball in there.
Maybe that's one of the topics.
Maybe. Is there something written on it? Fake IDs.
Fake IDs?
That I want to save this topic for when Alexa Lucy comes in on the show.
Oh, that's good. Lousy?
Lousy.
Losy.
Lucy. Lousy. Losy.
It's Lousey. I don't know.
She's got the... Nobody's ever going to beat that story.
I have a fake ID story. Well, I'll save it. I'll save it.
Okay.
One time, Taylor Swift and I went down to
Brett.
the West Village to get fake IDs.
Well, that story you can tell because that's not the real story. Secret crush.
Oh. Well, there's this blonde girl, and she sings songs to millions of people around the world on the daily.
I can't read.
And she has the body of a... What?
This one says I can't read.
That's just funny.
That is funny.
Making someone pull something out of the topic jar and it just... Hey, just pull one out and read it. And it just says, I can't read. That's funny.
That is funny. All right. Going through them. Forbidden love.
Wait, you can't just... You're supposed to just pull one out at a time. You're
Well,
going through the whole jar
It's
here,
just
willy-nilly. Speaking of forbidden love, I can't stop, won't stop with mine.
keep it sexy. Why are they all...
What is happening
your
in the
mind,
jar
Mike?
today? What is that? Keep it sexy? Wait, hold on. You're not even stopping on any of these. Hold on. Let's go around the room. Boy Wonder, how do you keep it sexy? By the way, this was one of the questions on the original podcast for the left or right for the questionnaire. I think one of the questions was, how do you keep it sexy? And I had to quit asking because nobody ever... I would
Had an
ask the
answer?
question and everyone would go, well, what does that mean? I'd be like, how come nobody can just listen to a question anymore and give you an answer?
Yeah.
Just, how do you keep it sexy? You can say anything you want. You could say by blowing my nose every day. Or you could say anything you want. It doesn't matter. Just make something up that's silly. But every time I would ask it, they would go, well, I don't... Wait, what does that mean? Like, what? It means whatever you want it to mean. All right,
Yeah.
Boy Wonder, how do you keep it sexy?
Baby oil.
See? There you go.
You guys gonna wrestle later?
And he's just thinking of me and Nick.
I don't know.
You did that so
Matadocious,
coy.
how do you keep it sexy?
I don't even have my headphones on. I actually have a question.
Oh, no.
I think it ties in.
Oh, no.
At what point? I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Dan could support me saying that because I've asked him. When is it appropriate to fart in front of your significant other?
Never.
Never.
Oh my gosh.
Listen to For Real, though.
Yep, actually, we talk about
That's
that
where-
on Friday's episode.
That's
Thursday's episode.
That's what I meant. Yep, tomorrow's
you
episode.
texted me last night. I was like, I feel like Katie and I have talked about this, and that's why I thought that.
Yep.
The answer is never.
Tomorrow's episode of For Real, though, is called, what is it called? Fart Battles. Our fart battles are deal breakers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, never.
Wait.
No, the answer is never. There's...
Well, then my answer to your question is I never keep it sexy.
Oh.
Good answer.
Katie, how do you keep it sexy?
Actually, my answer, this was going to be my answer before Matadocious said this, but last night I did one of those charcoal face peels, and I ripped it off, and it was incredibly painful.
Yeah.
So
But
you keep it
it's
sexy with
sexy.
charcoal peels?
I mean, I just think, you got to take care of your skin.
Yeah.
Biggest organ in the body.
Uh-huh. On the body, I would say.
Well, sure.
Mm-hmm.
They did find that one organ that's bigger than skin, but we don't have to talk about that because I don't know any of the details. Brett, how do you keep it sexy?
What does that mean exactly? That's a wrap, everybody. On another edition of the Brett Davern Show. Thank you out there for listening live on Adobe Radio, subscribing on YouTube, iTunes, or wherever you get your podcasts. And if you like what you heard, say goodbye, Producer Katie.
Goodbye.
Producer Katie's on Twitter and Instagram at Katie Lerk. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at BDavava. You can follow the show on any social media, including Facebook, at Brett Davern Show. The ire of today's show is Nick Major. He's got a show every Tuesday night on Adobe, or you can find him on Twitter and send him what emoji should we send to that guy? Is there an emoji for Benedict Arnold?
The huffing.
Oh, yeah, the face where he's so mad that steam's coming out of his nose.
I only say that because he just tweeted the show that.
Oh, did he? Good.
So let's return it back to him.
No, I got it.
What?
Tweet him the cow emoji. Because we got beef!
There you go. That's funny.
Be sure to keep it locked on Adobe Radio for great music and other shows all day long. Man of the Hour, those two boys from the band Simple Plan, coming up tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then The Guns Show at 9 p.m. Eastern. We finally got to meet Guns.
Yep.
On our trip to Disneyland,
He's
which
a
we
peach.
still haven't talked about.
Oh, we haven't.
I found a newfound reason to hate Disneyland on my recent trip to Disneyland that we still haven't gone over.
But go to our Instagram to find a really great picture of Brett.
It's a great photo. He's smizing.
I have to take away Maddie's tweeting responsibilities. Anyway, Guns' show is on at 9 p.m. Eastern. He's a great guy. Check him out tonight. So once again, for Katie and Boy Wonder and Matadocious, I'm Brett, and I'm reminding all of you to be kind and take care of each other. We will see you tomorrow if the microphones are working. But for now, that was our show. Good night, Jenny. From that day on, if I went somewhere, I was running. Jenny. Robin Wright. Crushing the game in Forrest Gump.
Dear God, make me a bird so I can fly far, far, far away from here.
God damn it, Gump! I was supposed to die in the field with my men. Just keep doing lines from Forrest Gump. And you stole it from me. Lieutenant Dan, ice cream. Ice cream, Lieutenant Dan. Well, we were sitting next to a millionaire. Hey, kid. Keep doing that funny little walk you were doing. Boy, your mama sure does care about your schooling.
That's all for the Brett Davern Show this week, but fear not. Brett and Katie will be back live Monday morning on Adobe Radio, starting at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific.